I'm going to try and keep mine quick because we're in lesson 4. So mine's about depression. In about May last year, I took a test online and it said I had depression. I was like, I don't have depression. And then I took another test and it also said I had depression. And I realised that, well, I hadn't been happy in a long time. And I couldn't remember the last time that I felt happy. So that obviously put me down a bit, so I wasn't sure. So I went to a therapist, and the therapist was like, you've got depression. So I was pretty upset. And the thing I found was that even though I had it for 4 months without even knowing about it, I tried to cover it up. Because I thought just me not being happy was a fault in myself. That was a deficiency that I had, and I was embarrassed about it. I always tried to put on a smile. I always tried to laugh and make jokes, but it wasn't me. It was just a persona I was putting on, so my friends wouldn't ask questions, so people wouldn't know. And I ended up going to a really dark place. And it wasn't a happy time, because the major symptom of depression I felt was that I couldn't feel happiness. I was all alone with my thoughts all of the time, and there were no emotions to come in and overwhelm me or take over. I ended up, over that time, I didn't go to school lessons. I had like 72% attendance. I did about 6 hours of work over the 8 weeks before and including our mock exams. And it was just not a good place for me. And that's when I started looking for different coping mechanisms. I got into lots of different sports. I watched basketball every night because it's on about 2 in the morning. So I'd watch it until I was tired, so I was never left alone with my thoughts. And I just tried to distract myself from what was eating me up inside. And I figured that I still wasn't happy despite trying all these things to try and distract myself to make myself a better person. It wasn't working. So I realised that I was alive, but I wasn't really living my life. And after watching The Shawshank Redemption, there was a line, get busy living or get busy dying. And I wasn't living, and I wasn't dying. So I wrote a list of reasons to live. And the first reason to live was a reason not to die. And to express myself, to really understand my emotions, because I'm bad with my emotions. I wrote a poem, which I'll read to you. The wailing scream as your mother cries out echoes around as you start to black out. You lay there still as she runs to your side and shouts with your name with despair in her eyes. She lifts your head to hold you one last time, but you lay there in her arms all given up. Her wallowing scream yells, get up, get up. Her mouth gapes open, tears spill from her eyes. She's kissing your head, but you won't wink. Tears roll down her cheek and onto your face. She shuts your eyes as she closes her own. The silence of screams leaves her all alone. There's one lonely thought as your mother cries, she never got to say goodbye. And I thought that if someone was going to be sad if I die, there must be a reason, and that's because they must be happy that I'm alive. So I really tried to look for the positives. And my reason to live is that there are people that care about me, and I think that I can give back to them and give back to the people around me. So I started to look for positive things, look for ways to improve. And so I went to the gym more. I tried to go 3-4 times a week. I started going out, seeing my friends more. And I wasn't trying to act like I was happy. I was just trying to be who I was and hoping that would take me somewhere. And I came to the thing that I needed to improve myself. That it might not be my fault that I'm depressed, but it's my job to get me out of it. So I started working on myself, thinking about who I was and who I wanted to be. And I started doing my schoolwork again, started working class, started thinking not just about who I wanted to be, but how I wanted the people around me to feel. And I felt that every day if I put in the work, and if I did my schoolwork, if I worked on myself, if I worked on my body, it got a little better. And then it got a little better and a little better. And suddenly the problems which I had then seem minuscule to me now, and hopefully the problems I have now in 6 months or a year's time will seem much smaller then. And I'd like to end again on a poem which I wrote because I felt like I needed something to express the change I made and that I made a choice. That's not a poem, that's just some quotes. I made a choice, and I feel like it's the choices we make, even when we're in bad situations, and that there's always a choice we can make that can make our lives better. I rode my sword into the fight, my arrows proud with glee. I charge and shoot throughout the night, though I refuse to be someone who runs away from fright because my shield fell. I keep on searching for the light, and in the depths of hell, my heart is burnt with dynamite and pieces all around. I'll stay until I find my sight, until my soul is found. As long as I go on to write, my hope will not be bound. Thank you.